Well, good evening. We are here again for our next Let the Church Say Amen movement. We are here with Pastor Stephen Miller from the North Star Community Church. And so we're so grateful that you have agreed to allow us to have this event with you on Saturday, the 23rd this month, from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And what we usually do is we try to ask the pastor this question: what do you think that the church's responsibility is in this season when we have the minority or black home ownership rate at a staggering 38%? Some places say 41%, but 38%. So what do you think the church's responsibility is in increasing that home ownership rate? Because we know that when people don't actually have access to wealth, then that creates spaces of poverty. We know that poverty creates a space for homelessness and helplessness, which increases criminality. And so that's what we're seeing in our neighborhoods. So again, I ask you again, and I want you to just kind of tell us, look in the camera.
Okay.
And we're asking all the pastors in Memphis, Tennessee, in Shelby County, what do you think the church's responsibility is in this space where we find ourselves?
Well, first of all, let me say that I'm glad that you're asking that as it relates to the church. Mm-hmm. And I think the church really and truly has a responsibility. And sometimes we can maybe get on a tangent and not look at the broad picture. Mm-hmm. Jesus says, I came to give life and give that more abundantly. And what does abundant life, what does it look like? Mm-hmm. And I think it means that we have a safe place, a safe environment to live in, to nurture our children, our grandchildren, to create some generational wealth and move them, give them a step ahead, right, particularly than what we started with.
Right.
And I think also too that we have to create a sense of community. And what does community look like? Yeah. And I think the community looks like individuals that are caring and supporting of each other. And we know that when we are homeowners and that we are residents, and normally what we find out is that people who own homes normally stay in the same location for longer periods of time.
Right.
They're not as transient. Mm-hmm. And we find out that translates into even a high graduation rate for our children, because we live here, we're in, and if I have a home, I'm invested in my home. Right. Okay, so then, and there's a certain kind of pride that comes with that. Maybe just taking care of the lawn, not parking the cars on the street, not having the dogs tied in the front yard, just being right, neighborly and actually caring. I think when we, and I'm so grateful for my community that's been supportive of the church and of the ministry, and I want to see them prosper.
Yes.
I want to see them prosper. And the reality of it is, it really translates into even a more prosperous ministry, mm-hmm, when we have more resources and people have more disposable income. Exactly. And we come out of the clutches of poverty, which so many times can entrap us. So I think the church does have a great responsibility. And I'm just so grateful that somebody thought to include the church in the discussion. And particularly, not once something gets going, but on the ground levels, right here on the ground levels. Let the church be a part of it. And when we really look at the city of Memphis, if you interview folks, you're going to find out that 70% of folks say, hey, I've been to church in the last month or so. Right. So almost everybody we come in contact with and is a part of the church in some kind of way. And so, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So we're just grateful for this opportunity to partner with you and to bring our professionals in. And because this is National Women's Month, we will have quite a few women that'll be coming in. We'll have like professionals who does lending, who can tell you how to get your credit straight, who can tell you what you need to do to be on this journey to home ownership. We also will have our ambassadors, if you will, Pastor Eric Wilkerson, who has done some tremendous things in the community with his congregation.
Okay.
They collaborated together and bought houses. But we'll talk about that later. We won't tell you all of it. We want y'all to come to find out. And also Pastor Ricky Floyd will be here. He's one of our ambassadors, and they've done some different things in their communities. We're not saying that everybody else has not done anything or anybody hasn't. If you have, please let us know, because we want to get together. Because when we're unified and we do some things in our communities, then we're going to make a huge impact on increasing this home ownership rate. Because in your church, in your churches, when you're looking at on these pews, probably 1 in 4 people are probably homeowners when we look at the statistical data.
Right.
And so that's a problem. And I keep saying that we're going back to the sharecropping days. If we're not very careful in our African American communities, we're going back to the sharecropping days where they own everything. Y'all can call they, whoever y'all want to call they. But we're going back to the place where we're going to be renting everything and we're going to be sharecropping. And we're going to continue to pay for somebody else's property and build somebody else's wealth when we can actually get together as churches and communities, educate, engage, empower one another to increase this home ownership rate in our community. So we're excited. We're so excited. So y'all come out on Saturday, the 23rd of this month, so we can talk together, we can collaborate. We want to hear from the community, because sometimes our voices are so loud that we can't hear you. So we really want to hear you. But we're so excited. So we'll see you all again on next Saturday for the Let the Church Say Amen movement at Pastor Stephen Miller's church here at the North Star Community Church. And we're excited. Come on, y'all. Come on. We'll see y'all then.
Come on.
Come on.
Looking for you.
We're looking for you. We're going to do this together.